Uh, Hello, Clover. Uh, so I'm finally playing Dark Souls 2. This is Dark Souls 1, and I'm playing it two times. Like two times in a like at the same time. So it's Dark Souls 2. Yeah. Anything to not actually play Dark Souls 2. Uh, Not great today, but it's fine. I'm gonna survive. Like this is the third or fourth day in a row that I'm having a lot of pain in my arms. It's getting annoying at this point. And Raptor on the general chat being clueless as always. Also, if you get too close to the screen, does it actually work as a 3D VR thing? I'm pretty sure you need more than just duplicating the view. Yeah, I was imagining that. Okay, why did my frame rate drop so much? Something funny about Dark Souls Remastered is that I think there's no frame skip. So if the frame rate drops, the game just gets slow, and it's back to normal now. So if you force this game to run at 30 FPS, the whole game will just run at half speed. Oh, also don't worry, this run is still gonna be fun. It's not just a joke with being Dark Souls 2. I was planning kind of a meme build that could be really bad, but if I prepare it right, it could be like overpowered. Yeah, but you know, I thought it was going to be safe because this is Dark Souls 1 and even the remaster is still pretty easy to run. Like this shouldn't be that hard to run. Also, you can see how much I need to sacrifice for light rolls in this game, since you only get light rolls at 25% equip load instead of 70 or 30. But like, I'm more concerned about the animation of the rolls than the actual, you know, frames, iframes. Oh fuck. Because it's so disorientating to have the other animation of rolling in the other games. I mean, uh, you can just feed the same inputs to both games. And so far the mystery continues of what if I'm actually running the game 2 times at the same time. Let's see when an enemy drops something and see if the screens will, you know, be different with the drops. Something that I noticed, Elden Ring doesn't have a lot of tight spaces where the moveset of your weapon matters because of needing to have the right moveset for, you know, the shape of the area you are. Like Dark Souls 1 at least has a bunch of tight corridors where it's good to have a weapon that can do this instead of a swing like this that can hit the walls. Unfortunately, I don't know how I would do that, Clover. I'm not that smart when it comes to technology. Well, in Dark Souls 1, a great difference between great swords is that some of them have a more vertical moveset and others have a more horizontal moveset. So you could still spam R1, just choose the right weapon for the right area. Ah, yeah. Well, when it comes to Elden Ring, there's not a lot you can do, you know. It's a game with like hundreds of weapons, but a very limited variety of what you can actually do with those weapons. The variety is mostly on the um, Ashes of War. Like in the era of Dark Souls 1, there was a huge debate on which was the best great sword, and the competition was really tied with the Bastard Sword and the Claymore because they are actually different, except that they deal I think exactly the same amount of damage. So it was a preference of like range and moveset. Okay, I'm gonna have to spawn myself the weapon because I can't really get it right now without having to fight a few bosses. Well, let me think. I would have to kill the Copper Demon. I would have to only kill the Copper Demon. Okay, I think I can get it without needing cheat engine. It's gonna be a pain, but that's the fun of the challenge. Clover, I don't remember if you ever watched me doing a Dark Souls 1 run. Like, even though this is my favorite game, I don't really play it very often on stream. Because this game is usually not everyone else's favorite game. So people lose interest pretty fast. Yeah, but like the biggest difference on those swords is some of them have the Dark Souls 1 and 3 moveset, and a few of them have the Dark Souls 2 moveset. Like, yeah, there's a difference in damage, but it's the same on the other games. The thing I was talking about, the Claymore and the Bastard Sword in Dark Souls 1, is that they do exactly the same damage, and I think they have this exact same scaling on other infusions. So then you could have a lot of arguments on which one was the best, because they are pretty similar. And both of them are pretty good, actually. I myself prefer the Bastard Sword because of how it looks. I never really liked the Claymore on most builds because of the golden handle that the weapon has. It doesn't really go well with most armor sets that I like to wear. But on a cleric, it's nice to have weapons with, you know, golden bits. Ah yeah, obviously. In PvP, in Dark Souls 1, there's not a lot of difference between weapons, since the only thing you're gonna be doing is backstab chaining anyways. So why even care about what your weapon can do? Like, I know people see me complaining a lot about nerfing, how From Software kept nerfing backstabs, but I totally agree that at least the Dark Souls 1 version of backstabs is really broken. And really easy to pull out, and really easy to abuse and just get someone completely stuck on a backstab chain. But yeah, Dark Souls 1 PvP, it's literally just backstabs. And everyone running the full Heaven's armor. So, you know, boys and defense. What's the easiest way you could kill the Copper Demon? I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a sequence break. I'm supposed to go fight the Taurus Demon first. But since I have the Master Key and I know this map very well, I think I can go around Taurus Demon, and now the game is at 30 FPS for some reason. And it's back to normal. Anyways, I think I can go around the Taurus Demon and go straight to Capra. You're usually stuck in this area here, but if you have the Master Key as a starting gift, you can open this door. And this door opens you to a lot of other places you can go without having to fight any bosses. I think the areas where I start having less frames is when I have two areas loaded at the same time, because it's like a transition area. Oh, so Dark Souls 1 was the game that made me like to do that. And I'm really glad that Elden Ring lets you do that. In a way, Elden Ring to me felt a lot like my first experience playing Dark Souls 1. I'm gonna continue down that path later, just need to grab another item. Also, grabbing items from between the claws of a sleeping dragon is such a cool fantasy trope. And you can imagine why I'm ignoring the other two items there. Yeah, Dark Souls 1 was the game that made me enjoy a lot this thing where you can just go to a lot of places by avoiding bosses and going to places that you're not supposed to be there so soon. And then you grab all the good items and then you come back and you can like overpower early bosses. Also, I love the atmosphere in this area. This is probably my favorite area in the whole game. Just from the looks alone and the lore. This place is amazing. I wish From Software made more like ghost towns like this. I want to fight more fantasy enemies like ghosts and spirits than, you know, just another human, but oh my god, he's dead, so he looks ugly and there's an arm missing. Why are you mentioning Rykard? You don't need Rykard for anything. Like, yeah, I understand the thing of you going without Margit, but like, you know, what does Rykard has anything to do with you accessing Leonia? Okay. But yeah, um, I think on my first Elden Ring run, I also skipped Limgrave by accident because I was exploring that area before Margit, and I just wanted to check that side path. And since when you enter that you can either come out from where you came or the other side, I just kept going, and then I was in Leonia, and then I got distracted, and I went to explore Leonia. It's surprising how easy it is for a newcomer to just skip through that area, or at least skip Margit. I think that's good, since a lot of people get stuck on Margit. Also, we definitely need to continue our run later. I wanted to do this stream earlier so I could finish it like early, so I could have free time to enjoy stuff with you. But I don't think this is gonna happen today because I usually stream like 2 to 3 hours, and then 2 to 3 hours from now it's gonna be super late for you. So yeah, I don't know. Don't know if that's gonna happen today. Anyways, that place I just died up there, close to those stairs, that's the place that I'm supposed to go. But I can skip that whole area by going down here and going through a lot of areas, because I can use this to go around that area that I'm supposed to go. Well, I would have finished my stream around the time I'm starting my stream now. Yeah, you say nauseating, but it's still a better experience, at least for me, than playing actual Dark Souls 2. Also, how is that making you feel? looking at the preview here isn't so bad. Define fun. Dark Souls 2 has a lot of glazers, so if you heard something positive about the game, it's probably someone exaggerating or lying. Not that Dark Souls 2 doesn't have anything good, but people on the internet can be quite extreme, you know. And they like to prove a point way more than just having an opinion about a game they like. Also, thanks for the sub, Eldritch. I hope you're having a nice day. The type of fun you find fun? I'm not sure then, because PvP in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, it's kind of slow. Like, the whole game is pretty slow compared to Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. So the type of dynamic combat that you like, I don't think it can happen on both of these early games. It's more of a, you know, strategy-based game, both Dark Souls 1 and 2. Unless in Dark Souls 2 you just grab a rapier and spam R1. But I don't know how good that is in PvP. I only saw that strategy being used in PvE. I've heard people saying that the thrusting swords in Dark Souls 2, they are strength based instead of dexterity, which is kind of weird to think about it when it comes to From Software games, but in real life they kinda are strength weapons. In real life, thrusting swords are usually pretty heavy and big. So, in your screen at least, you're gonna have 3 instances of the same game. That's gonna be nauseating. Endurance. Fun fact for the Dark Souls 2 fans, I'm almost sure that the Pursuer is an evolution of the idea that From Software had for the Black Knight. The original idea for the Black Knight was to have one enemy that would be following you, like chasing you through the whole game. But because of limitations, I don't remember which ones, they couldn't make that work. So instead of having one enemy following you through the game, they just put Black Knights all over the map. Then in Dark Souls 2, I think they tried to do the same thing again, like keep trying to do the idea of having this enemy following you. And they made the Pursuer, but I think again, because of limitations, they couldn't actually make the Pursuer, you know, pursue you through the game, so the game just spawns another one when you get to a new area, and only on specific places. Also, this is a place that I definitely shouldn't be at this early level, because enemies here are quite strong. But it's fine, I know what am I doing. I was trying the Dark Souls 3 inputs to close the game. I don't really have a reason to be here. I just wanted to grab that bonfire. But since I'm here... let's go grab the Elite Knight set. And I know this is a trap. Oh yeah, I could get the Wolf Ring. That's way more useful. Suddenly depressive. Don't worry, I'm not killing a tree. This is not a tree. This is actually a demon. As far as I know. That for some reason they disguise themselves as trees to block your path and get you stuck on traps. So if you think about it, by killing this tree looking thing, I'm actually doing something good for humanity. Also, Clover, look at this. This is something so new for Elden Ring players. Imagine heavy attacks being useful because you can't charge them. So, this is the speed of a heavy attack. And it still deals the full damage. Because, you know, you can't charge a heavy. There's a soul that I could grab there, but it's not worth it. It's a trap and I don't really want to deal with that one. It's so good being back on a good game. Like, exploring the map to get items is very rewarding because usually the items are useful. So you throw yourself into traps on purpose because you know it's gonna be rewarding. You know you're gonna find something useful there. Instead of one single arterial leaf. I'm so sorry for you, Clover. So, basically doing anything makes your Twitch die. That's really sad. I'm so sorry for you. Oh yeah, I just reminded of something. Kind of weird looking back after playing the recent games. The flasks, the healing flasks in this game, they only go up to +7. Like the upgrade level. Oh my god, the damage scaling here. So yeah, for some reason the healing flasks they only go to +7. And this is such a like feels like a random number. Why not +5 or +10 like literally every other piece of gear in this game? Why 7 the maximum? Well, in Elden Ring is +12, but you know, at least it's close to 10. Ah yeah, they do. Like a +7 you can heal the same amount of healing as a +12 Crimson Tier flask. And yeah, you saw that right. I went down that elevator, went through that valley, then the forest, and then I came out up there, and then I took an elevator, and I'm back here. That's the type of stuff that got people in love with Dark Souls 1. The level design is amazing. Everything is interconnected. And exploring feels very rewarding, even when you don't get any items. It's already pretty cool just to find shortcuts like this and seeing how the map is connected. Basically, everything you can see in the distance is a playable area. I think there's a storm forming around my city. I looked out of the window and everything is just really dark outside. And like when I started this stream like 30 minutes ago, it was like blue sky, sun's out. I just noticed how the pants on this armor makes my butt looks really big and round. Like, you don't have a lot of body customization in this game, so I didn't change my body to look like this. It's probably the armor doing the job. Yeah, I don't have all of that, but... you could have a horse. At least here. Oh my god, where should I go? I forgot. I was almost a full year without playing this game. I shouldn't detour for this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Oh my god. Sir, can you please give me a second to take a drink? My throat is quite dry right now. The halberd is probably gonna come as useful later. Come in handy. Oh my god. Why is everyone using thrusting attacks? Hello, Mr. Boar. And I couldn't get the butt stab. I think I can outrun that guy. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not gonna be able to go through here. So... here I go then. Oh, the rats. I forgot the rats. I love having poise. Poise is so fucking good. Okay, now I can deal with this guy here. Alright. This place gives me a little bit of anxiety when I'm in a situation like this. This feels hard, but keep in mind that I'm not really supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed to be doing this map, like playing the game. This feels hard. That's what she said. But yeah, this is not supposed to be this hard because I'm not supposed to go through the game on this order. If you play the game in the right order, it's gonna be way easier than that, or at least less confusing. Dude, can you please go faster? Thank you. See, back in this area, the enemies went back to dying with one hit. I had no stamina to parry. Also, there's a very suspicious trap there. Just an enemy hidden, like poorly hidden behind some furniture.
Think I trade for.
Okay, I need to buy a lot of fire bombs.
Thank you, kind.
And back in Dark Souls 1 days, you couldn't sell your items to merchants.
Oh, I hope you brought plenty of souls.
Yes, I did. 38 is enough. I think I need more.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below, and up above there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
Yes.
Come back.
And the goat demon is exactly the only boss I need to kill to grab the weapon I need to grab. $46.
Thank you, kind.
That should be enough. I end up triggering the trap card. Also, if I step on that bridge there, I'm gonna trigger the dragon to appear. So if I spend the whole game without stepping on that bridge back there, the dragon that's supposed to be on this bridge up here will never appear in the game. So I won't have a dragon spawn camping the bridge. Also, this is the fastest I can go up a ladder in this game. So if I had stepped on that bridge, going out here would make the dragon coming flying and cover the bridge with fire, and that's usually an instant kill. But since I didn't trigger the dragon, I can be here without worrying about that. Do I have a bow? Ah yeah, I picked up a bow. Totally forgot about that part of the strategy. All of that travel I did earlier was to take a key so I can open this door that unlocks this extra area here. I'm not sure what are you talking about. I don't know if that's a reference to something. I'm quite uncultured when it comes to anything that isn't Dark Souls. I'm gonna put on armor. I need to feel safe down here. This is heavy loading. You know this animation, but there's an animation that was basically cut from every other game that is the medium roll. Only Dark Souls 1 and 2 have this animation. And the medium roll, it has less iframes than the light roll, more iframes than the fat roll, and it's kind of still useful. Like running at 50% equip load is still kind of doable. And since in this game defense actually matters, even the heavy roll is still useful because you can still tank damage. Ah yes, and the dogs in Dark Souls 1, all of them deal bleed damage. It's not like Elden Ring where only the bleed ones deal bleed damage. Clover, I'm kind of busy at the moment. I can't really do this. So if I step there, I'm gonna trigger a trap where a bunch of enemies will come out of those doors. But I can do this. That didn't work as planned. But they are still gonna come out without being at full HP. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, I forgot to check my bleed. Holy shit! I forgot that bleed is actually good in this game. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, I just lost all of my blood. Imagine if I wasn't using good armor. Need to wait for the dog to come back. Okay, there's another dog, but I don't think that one roams, so I'm gonna have to trigger the trap card. Oh wait, I can already use these. I think that's the halberd. The halberd's probably better because of the range. Having 16 strength in this game lets you use so many weapons. I forgot about the other dog. It's gonna... yeah. I was even talking about the other dog. Now, let's equip a bow. Yes, it's okay that I can't use. I mean, actually having 0 on all stats, because I'm not counting stat boosting items. Dark Souls 1 has no stat boosting items. No items in Dark Souls 1 can increase your stats. 1, 2, 3, 4... I think it's the fourth one. 1, 2, 3. And yes, I'm damaging the boss without entering the arena. One, two, three, four. That's so funny. Imagine what the boss is thinking there. Out of the nowhere, it just starts raining fire on their head. I think it still has a little bit of HP. And that's the only boss I needed to kill, because I just needed the key to the depths. There's a way to reach the depths without needing the key, but that needs you to creep through areas, and I can't do that. I'm not that good at this game. I need to memorize how many fire bombs I need to kill the Capra Demon, so I don't waste souls buying so many of them. Because I always have in mind that, oh, it's a boss, obviously fire bombs won't deal that much damage, so I should buy a bunch of them. But no, I think I only used like 20? Less than 20 probably. Yeah. Again, with the interconnected maps that I was talking about, after I complete this area, I get this door here, and this puts me right before that bridge that I told you that I'm not supposed to step on. Also, something cool about Dark Souls 1. Halberds, hammers, and axes, they have a mechanic where if you miss your attack, you kinda lose your balance and you can't attack as fast. But if you hit your target, you don't play that animation, so you can keep spamming and go way faster than usual. Usually those weapons, they are pretty broken because they deal a lot of poise damage and just straight up damage. So that's an incentive to like hit your shards and not just keep spamming mindlessly, because if you do it, you get punished. And I think this is better than the way Elden Ring got rid of combos. I mean spamming. Like having a specific combo that you always play. I think when I hit someone, I go like double the speed of when I miss. Yeah, it feels like double. This area can be quite dangerous. Those guys with torches, they can do a lot of damage with that running attack. I'm supposed to come down here with at least a +5 weapon. And weapons in this game go only to +15. So yeah, +5 would be dealing way more damage now. Let's hit the dog. Where's my fire bombs? Amazing. And the butcher is already coming up here. I hope she doesn't fall down. Okay. I'm glad this is pure physical damage. Alright, Clover, have a nice day. I hope you can come back later. Hopefully I'm still gonna be here. Ah, that was too early. Ah, please don't kill me. Alright. Well, I always have a good time with this game. It's kind of hard for me to not enjoy doing this. And I forgot to upgrade my Astas. Well, technically I do have two of this game. I have the original and the remaster. If I knew how to do computer stuff, I would definitely try to run both of them at the same time. And try to see the differences. Also, I'm gonna need you. So I need to free you. You're gonna be useful later to help me break the game. And I only have 3 Estus, I need to be really careful now. I'm not gonna risk a parry, because if I fail, I'm probably gonna die. Alright, Clover. Have a nice day. I'm still gonna be here, hopefully. And I got her sack. I could even put her sack on my face, but I don't know how's that gonna help with anything. They broke this door and just replaced without removing the broken pieces on the ground. Alright, one slime on my head could probably... Okay. Can I hit someone? Thank you. Wait, I think I can just make them fall like this. And then with all of them together, I can use less firebombs to kill everyone. Yes. don't even know why I'm killing them. I don't need upgraded materials. I'm not gonna need any of them. I should be able to level up after I buy the thing that I want to buy. Just to guarantee that I'm gonna have enough souls for that. Wait. I need to come back. Oh, I forgot about you. I'm glad you didn't use the running attack that can one-shot me. Okay, that guy didn't saw me. Anyways, this area is a little easier if I go through here because I can plunge that rat. And it's kind of annoying to fight that rat on foot on the same level. So it's good that I can do this. I think I can do enough damage now. A one shot is not guaranteed here if you don't have enough damage. Alright, all of this, 1 hour of preparation, just so I could get here and talk to this guy. Okay, so I can buy probably everything. Probably not. Yeah, I would like to buy the shield, but I don't think I have enough souls. Oh wait, I have a bunch of souls in my pockets. Okay, so this might be useful up until the end of the game. Still can't use this one, but I can use this one. Oh, hello. Ah, yeah, I forgot. I need to be careful with durability. I only have 60. I could probably try to kill the Gaping Dragon. I think I'm gonna do that.
Thank you. That I.
This shield is so fucking good. That's impressive. Anyways, I should be able to kill the dragon. Okay, this will have to work for now. This is just great. How do I keep missing the rats? I don't think I have enough HP to survive this for as long as I need. Poison in this game is actually threatening. Okay, how's my durability going? I lost only 1 point of durability so far. So, when it comes to crystal weapons, the actual challenge here is that they have low durability, you can't repair them, and you can't upgrade them. So they have this damage, and it's gonna be this damage through the whole game. At least they have a little bit of scaling, so you still can get some damage out of leveling up. Oh my god. I guess those hits on the wall are the what's draining my durability. Ah, dude, don't do that. Now everyone is buffed because of you. Wait, why am I grabbing this? I'm not gonna need upgrade materials. Okay, I think I can just go back with Boneward. Boneward home. Yeah. Okay, I'm a little bit more survivable, and now I think I'm ready to go fight the boss. Yeah, that's why I get concerned around those guys. Imagine if I hadn't leveled up my HP. Okay, so before this guy, I need to change my build. I'm not gonna need this, and I'm gonna be two-handing this one for almost 260 damage. Okay, that's already fat rolling. I guess this is the best I can do for now. Okay, let's go. This guy's not supposed to be hard anyways. So this is basically double the gape on the Gaping Dragon. What happened to the scream? 409, and I think hitting the head deals extra damage. Yeah, that could have been pretty cool if I actually hit. Okay, so this greatsword has no range, but it has a lot of damage. Are you gonna go down? No. It's already half HP. Oh my god, this could be horrible. That goop can damage my weapons, and I already don't have a lot of durability. So I just get stun locked to death. I was expecting the wolf ring to actually give me a chance of avoiding that fate, but that didn't work. You know what? I don't think this is gonna make any difference, so let's go full defensive. I'm already slow. At least let's be able to tank more damage. How much durability the greatsword has? 60. I thought it had a little bit more than the regular sword. Okay, let me get a good hit in the head. Oh my god, I hate my life. The biggest complaint I have with this sword is the range. I kind of want to cut the tail. That's gonna limit the moveset this guy has. No more tail swipes. Well, I don't have pine resins anymore, but this is still good damage. Also, this would be pretty cool. Please get your head down. Yes. And there it goes. Now I just need to go back to Andre with that many souls without losing them on my way there, so I can buy the key to Sif. The Crest of Artorias, yes. So like I know I'm gonna spend all of my souls on this. Also, I should probably buy another sword just as a safeguard. Yeah, let's get another great sword. Because I don't want to keep coming back down here, and maybe that's gonna be enough damage for me to kill... I think I just need to kill Quillag for him to move to Firelink Shrine. Either Quillag or the Golem. I'm not sure. Oh, hello! I wish I could have a version of this shield without... Like this shield and the great sword without the crystals, so I could see the patterns. That would be pretty cool. Also, it's kind of funny, the design of the sword. It's just a piece of crystal. It's not even a crystallized sword. I'm just holding a piece of crystal. And I'm still not one-shotting those guys. How's my durability? 55. I need to be careful to not lose too much. Okay, so the plan is to buy the key, the crest of Artorias, so I can have access to a soul farm, because I'm gonna need a lot of souls to keep buying new gear, because it's gonna keep breaking every 2 bosses. And I also need to buy a bunch of pine resins, because I can't really buff this weapon with any other way. I'm not gonna have enough free stats to go into sorcery. Maybe for the end game. But I usually beating the game with like soul level 80. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough stats to also use sorcery on top of this. But casting crystal magic weapon on top of a crystal sword would give me a lot of damage. So after I kill a specific boss that I still can't remember which one it is, the guy that sells the crystal equipment will move to that spot with the item. And that's way better than having to go back to the devs every time I need to buy new gear. Imagine how heavy this shield is, like would be in real life. Like crystals like this, they are mostly made out of quartz, and quartz can be quite heavy. Like it's basically the same composition as glass, and glass is very heavy. And combine it with the fact that the shield looks to be made out of metal, and it's a pretty big shield. This would definitely weigh more than 20 kilos. Oh yeah, now I can finally kill you. Wait, how's the damage on my shield bash? Basically non-existent. Why are you being so defensive? You're usually not like this. Oh yeah, I need to kill that guy eventually. Alright. Don't really need anything else from him, since, you know, I can't upgrade or repair my weapons. Also, maybe I should go back and kill the Taurus Demon. Now that I don't have any restrictions on me anymore. Ah, yes, and I also need to kill Havel because, you know, would be pretty cool to not be fat rolling all the time. I don't know, I'm not sure why, but sometimes it feels like Dark Souls 1 is more detailed than Dark Souls 3. And it's not just because I'm playing the remastered version. Even in the original PC release, it still felt like I had more details on stuff than Dark Souls 3 has. Maybe it could be a slight difference on art style. I don't think I'm gonna need any of those.
Goodbye then. Be safe.
I just needed a flame for Power 15 later. It's kinda sad how Dark Souls 1 doesn't have a pyromancy that buffs your weapon with fire. We have a miracle that gives you magic damage on your weapon, you know, based on faith. We have a miracle that gives you lightning damage on your weapon. There's the magic damage sorceries to buff your weapon. But we don't have the same with fire for some reason. If you want to buff your weapon with fire, the only option you have is the pine resins. And that's such a weird decision. Like, literally every other kind of damage in this game has a spell version. Even magic damage. Both intelligence and faith characters can use that. Imagine having a scalable source of fire damage that you could apply to your weapons. And it's not even like fire damage is broken in this game. Like, a good chunk of bosses in this game are immune to fire. And there's a whole area of enemies in this game that are just resistant or either immune to fire. Would be pretty cool to have that on the hands of a pyromancer. Okay, finally have 20 vigor. Now I feel a little more comfortable with, you know, existing. How is my durability? 49. I'm glad I bought another sword. They are dropping 72 souls. I think I'm overkilling them. Enemies in Dark Souls, they drop 20% more souls if you kill them with way more damage than they have of HP. So it's not just a one shot, it's killing them with more damage than they have as HP. You should probably go kill the Black Knight. I need to get as much souls as I can so I can level up. And also buy more gear in the future. Because they are pretty expensive and they don't last for that long. That's pretty good damage for early game. Keep in mind that won't scale that well in the late game. So, you know, it's only good now. I'm already fat rolling anyway, so it doesn't make any difference having all of my weapons ready like this. At least it's easier to change. Okay, 20 vigor, good armor. I should be able to survive some, at least one hit of this guy. Yeah, try to use something that you can't actually use. This version of Havel must have less than 50 strength then, since he can't use his shield properly. That's probably one of the fastest Havel kills that I ever had. Okay, medium roll. That's already better. With this amount of armor, that's pretty good. I'm really curious to see how much damage I'm gonna do with the plunging attack and the gold pine resin on top of this sword. $259. I think the gold pine resin adds 150 lightning damage. That's almost a one shot. Holy shit. That's impressive. At least with the scaling, I hope this weapon keeps being good until the end of the game. But I'm sure it won't be. Let's see for how long this weapon's gonna keep being good.
The way I... It pleases me greatly. It's like to stand up, but I... Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
This guy's crazy. Wait, I already have the ladder down. That means the dragon will attack me. Sorry, I can't resist. Oh my god! And now I can one-hand the sword. So that's the best I can do for now. Not gonna waste durability on my good weapon. When you're using a crystal weapon, that's the one of the scariest sounds you can hear. 46 durability. Okay, now I should go do the gargoyles. I don't really need to fight them, but they drop a lot of souls. They are easy. And then that's also gonna make Lautrec move to Firelink, so I can kill him and get the Ring of Favor. That will probably help me get to light roll, or at least keep having medium roll with better armor. Feels like the Crystal Sword also has less range than other straight swords. It felt like the long sword I was using before this was better. Like when it comes to range. I don't think I'm gonna be using pine resins against the gargoyles. The gold pine resin is probably the only one that I can't buy like infinite amounts. I need to farm from an enemy that's kinda hard to kill. So it's a limited resource. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. But it should help. Yeah, 5 damage to the head, that's better than no damage at all. I'm never gonna use those arrows for anything else. So funny how those guys are not noticing what's happening. Must have been the wind. Yeah, that was almost half HP. I think I'm out of fire bombs. Not really. Okay. Fire bombs make this part pretty easy. Guess you can use this as a choke point and miss your fire bombs. That even killed the sorcerer, the channeler. Wasn't expecting to be that effective. Gonna summon Solar just for fun. I don't think he's actually gonna be that useful, because I'm probably gonna kill the boss before he even enters the arena. Okay, let's cut the tail. Probably with one hit. Okay, so you just wanna be an asshole. Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, I managed to get the tail cut. Just a couple of hits to kill them. I'm kinda tired of running. I'm gonna use the Bone Ward Home. Is that enough to let me use this? Yeah, that's pretty cool. You can even use this. Okay, let's destroy this guy. I love having pies. You can just ignore the attack of a boss like this and keep drinking. Okay, the kick was just disrespectful. And not on purpose. This shield is pretty good. It has like pretty good elemental resistances. Like 60 magic, 80 on fire and lightning, 100% physical, 60 stability. That's a really good shield. And it has way more durability than the other crystal gear. Okay, I can't see the damage fall off now. I can't one-shot those guys. And it's not that hard to one-shot them. They don't have a lot of HP. I need to two-hand my weapon to one-shot them. Should I include the Moonlight Butterfly Shield on my list of crystal weapons? And the Moonlight Greatsword? Like, they are all made of crystal. Maybe they should count. Where's the knight? Oh, I'm gonna fight both at the same time. Holy shit, why do you deal way more damage than me? And was that only 80 damage against him? .90 damage. This guy is very defensive. I'm glad that I deal more poise damage than to what this guy has of poise. Holy shit, that's half of my HP bar. They are very tanky. Like, what the fuck happened to my damage? Unfortunately, I can't parry with this shield. So I need to keep fishing for backstabs. Fighting those guys, like, the best strategy is to use parries. They are very easy to parry. But, you know, I only have this. I can never understand what the AI of that guy in particular is trying to do. He always looks so confused and lost. Dude, can you stop being so passive? I know you're a cleric, but, you know, you're supposed to fight. Dude, really, right in my face. You're not the smartest. Holy shit. That was a lot of damage. This guy must have like 99 strength. Alright, now where's the knight? I know he is transparent somewhere. Yeah, this guy here. Can I throw something at him? Just to alert him. Kinda hard to see because of the foliage. Hello, Blame. How you doing? That was unfortunate. If I got that hit like a couple of frames later, I would have survived. Guess what? I'm in a high level area without being high level myself, so I'm getting my ass beat by those guys. I'm playing Dark Souls 1 2 times. So this is Dark Souls 2. We have Dark Souls 2 at home. And also I'm doing a stupid build here. I'm using crystal weapons. In Dark Souls 1, crystal weapons they can't be upgraded and they can't be repaired, and they have lower durability. So, you know, this is gonna be terrible. Soon my weapons are going to break, and they are pretty expensive to buy new ones. I don't know. I don't know why is the chat on screen not working. Sometimes it just stops working. I don't even know what happened. Like, if I send a message... Yeah, it's still not going. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, it's back now. It's fixed. I was too close to that other NPC. I was really not expecting to die to this guy. After this guy takes like 2 hits of damage, they start to run away to heal. Oh well, I lost like 10,000 souls. That's really annoying. You know what? I really miss having parries. Thank you. That's so much better. Yeah, money and EXP at the same time. So I'm losing money and potential levels. Using souls I can buy stuff, using souls I can level up. So it's a pretty big loss. When you start playing Dark Souls 1, there's some NPCs explaining to you that in these lands money doesn't mean anything because of the undead curse. You can't really use gold and silver to do anything, because what people actually need here are souls. So souls became a currency because of that. I mean, in real life, that kind of happens too. You know, you lose money when you die. You can't really keep having money when you die. Well, yeah, obviously, but you know, still technically right. When you die, you don't have your money anymore. And try to explain that to ancient Egyptians. You know, can I stop dying in stupid ways? It's mostly because I'm running out of stamina. Well, that depends on what is your definition of property. Do you ever had something in your life, or you were just holding it for someone else? Because eventually that's gonna be passed down to someone else, except for like consumables like food. Oh, amazing. Now I have to fight both at the same time. And that's a one shot, dude! Instant one shot! I lost another 10k! So far this strategy is not working very well. I can see that designing this area wasn't high priority on From Software's to-do list. It's kinda hard to fight just one enemy at a time. Yeah, this place is not very important. I hate pairing hammers. The animation feels so weird to me. Why is it so slow? It's not even a big weapon. Are you going to heal? Well, not anymore. Okay, now I can go back to where I was with 20k less in my pockets. What a huge loss. Wait, where's the knight? The knight is transparent, so it's kinda hard for me to see it. Also, the enemies on this area, they have really high defenses because of scaling. So I need to parry, because critical attacks, they go through defenses. They ignore the defenses you have. So you deal way more damage with crits because of that. On top of crits just dealing more damage in general. Can you decide what the fuck you're going to do? You're just there swapping weapons on my face. I should have 37,000 by now. Me too, buddy. Hopefully one day it will, and hopefully it's not gonna have a minus sign attached to it. But I guess having a depth of like almost 20k, you would have to be so fucking irresponsible to achieve that. Even on purpose, I think it would be pretty hard for me to do that. Incredibly irresponsible, exactly. And I got so unlucky. None of them dropped the pine resin. Ah, lost my chance. Most people usually are the latter. You know, most people just don't know what the fuck they are doing, and they keep making mistake after mistake, and then they start adult life with already like deep in debt. Because apparently having a car, like a new car, or I don't know, a PlayStation 5 is more important than, I don't know, putting food in your table and paying your fucking bills. Okay, so this should help me deal way more damage. I think that's a 30% increase to my critical damage. So it's gonna help make the farming a bit quicker. Yeah. And it's so much easier to get yourself into debt these days. It's so much easier now to get credit. Banks are aching to give you fake money so you can spend that and then you can owe them way more money later. And people keep falling for that. People keep thinking that it's a good idea to take loans and investments. Yeah, but like that's not like actually real, because if you think about it, that's how banks make money. If you just use your bank account to just store your money, the bank is not gaining anything out of that. That's why banks keep trying to give you credit and convincing you on doing stupid decisions and spending the money that you don't have or that you think you're gonna have. So then they can fine you with the, you know, interest rates and that kind of stuff. As we said earlier, people are pretty stupid, especially when it comes to economical stuff. They think they're gonna be able to repay the loans, they think they're gonna have money later, so it's okay to take stuff in the credits. They keep failing to realize that if you don't have money now, you're probably not gonna have money later. If you don't fix what's causing you to not have money. So credit is not a solution to any problem. But yeah, for people that are not very experienced with that kind of stuff, credit looks like a very good idea and very inviting. People don't think so much about the future. And not like the distant future. A lot of people just don't think about tomorrow. You know? The immediate future. That's part of the reason why I never buy anything in multiple installments. I not sure if I'm gonna have money later, but I can be sure about how much money I have now. So if I want to buy something that I can't just buy right now, I just keep saving money until I can buy it in one payment. It's pretty cool being able to just own stuff without having to keep... alright, man. That makes a lot of sense. Anyways, it's pretty cool being able to own stuff without having to keep paying them like you're renting your own possessions. NPCs shouldn't have the ability to backstab you this easily. NPCs should definitely not be able to backstab you this easy. Or if they do, at least decrease how much damage they deal. NPCs are overpowered only in the numbers. In this game, NPCs can be quite stupid. And it's pretty easy for you to abuse their stupidity. So yeah, even though I'm complaining about NPCs killing me that easily, it's mostly because of the numbers. It's mostly because one backstab took 80% of my HP. And I'm having to fight both at the same time. Because other than that, other than the numbers, NPCs are really easy to deal with. They're quite stupid. You know, they don't think like a real human. I don't have stamina to punish that healing. Okay. Everything worked out in the end. It depends on the second situation. If someone is winning against someone else a lot, and it's a very one-sided situation, then I think it still applies very well, the overpowered term. Because you're overpowering your opponent. But again, it depends a lot on the situation where you're using that. If you're winning because your opponent is stupid, and your opponent is the one making mistakes, then I don't think overpowered is a correct term to be used there. The underpowered opponent. Yeah, that's pretty valid, but people rarely use that. It's like the situation with overwhelming and underwhelming. And then I think there was a writer that tried to use just whelming. Okay, let me fight only one enemy, please. Exactly. Dude, I can't remember the last time I saw someone mentioning the name of that character. It's kinda uncomfortable to me how everyone is so okay with just moving away from something and never coming back to that thing. Like, people, society in general, it feels like they just don't want to remember that the last 5 years existed. Anything that is more than 2 years old is just ancient past now. Frisk run so Chris could walk. I mean, I think a better term would be Frisk was glitching up and down, so Chris could run. Is it just because it's doing numbers, or it's because Deltarune is actually just being a replacement for Undertale? When Deltarune first came out, it felt at the time like it was just a spin-off, like a alternate universe. But now it feels like Undertale is the alternate universe. Feels like Undertale is the spin-off. Oh, damn it. If I step there, this is gonna activate the other NPC, so I'm gonna have to wait more. Yeah, I don't know much about this whole thing because I never really was into that so much, but I think I read about Undertale being just Toby Fox texting stuff so he could make Deltarune later, and he always wanted to do Deltarune first. But I'm not so sure about the factuality of that. So no way, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Undertale was just testing the waters, trying to develop skills and resources to do something bigger later. Not many people play Undertale anymore. It's just old people that still remembers that game and feels nostalgic about it. Imagine feeling nostalgic about a game that just came out. You know, Undertale came out in 2015. That was like, what, 2 years ago? Such a new game still. I'm glad that I survived that. Holy shit, that was scary. Ah, damn it. The only reason Undertale got so popular was because of fan content anyways, not exactly because of the actual game. Undertale was kept alive, and still is, by fan content like fanfics, fan games, YouTube videos. Imagine a sorcerer being this stupid. Aren't you supposed to have intelligence? That was my mistake. If I try to get close, he just goes even deeper into the woods. Finally! Amazing. Okay, let's not lose my 15k. You need to be careful to not make mistakes, because mistakes are bad. You don't want to miss a steak. Steak is good, don't miss them. Steak. It depends. If we are talking about the American steak, then I don't know what to say about it. I don't think that's good. I don't like rare meats. The way we do here in Brazil with thinner slices of meat, it's so much better. Okay, it played the healing animation, but since I interrupted the actual casting, that didn't heal for anything. actually cooks. Yes. I'm not a huge fan of eating raw meat. You know, there's a reason why we invented fire. That shit's pretty useful. Like 1.5 million years of using fire for cooking, and people still want to eat raw meat. I should just stop trying to parry this guy. Like, you're half naked, how can you tank so much damage? Yeah, you don't need armor if you have... if your body is made out of steel. Alright, I'm gonna stop farming for now. Yes, exactly. That's why steel always sink and feathers can fly. Don't think about planes being made out of steel. Planes are a hoax. They are fake. They don't exist. Like, if you have you ever noticed how you never actually saw any planes? Every time you think you see a plane, that's actually the government trying to fool you with mind powers. They are all optical illusions. You know, the fakest thing about the plane is that it was invented by a Brazilian. Like, everyone knows that we are not capable of doing anything impressive like that. You can only play football and have nice butts. You speak English and a little bit of German. I think you could pass as a non-Brazilian pretty easily. See, you are already passing very well as an American. Saying something like that. The durability is going down really fast. Beatrice deals too much magic damage. Like, this boss is supposed to be resistant to magic. And Beatrice's magic can deal that much damage with just one cast. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, Beatrice can just solo the boss. Even though it's using magic against the magic resistant boss. Just so you know, this game doesn't have frame skip, so that's why it's getting slow sometimes. When the frame rate drops, the game just gets slow instead of skipping the frames. I have no items to cure poison. How unlucky. Can I please get at least one? Okay, let's just kick this guy.
Well, what happened?
Okay. Alright. This is not like the later games where NPCs get aggressive if you hit them 3 times. In this game it's based on how much damage you dealt. I think if you deal like 30% of their HP, they get aggressive. So let's have these. And now I have 117 equip load. That's weird. Okay, I think I'm ready to go to the worst place possible. It's even worse than hell. I mean, on paper, humans are supposed to be good at doing multiple things at once. It's just that we don't practice that very often. People that kinda practice that is musicians in general, because you have to do lots of different things at the same time. But other than that, when do you have a reason to do multiple things at the same time? Yeah, just think about how on a string instrument like a guitar, your hands are not doing the same thing, and they don't even feel close to similar. And not to mention drums. Drums are so fucking complex because of how many different things in different rhythms you have to do at the same time. And you need to use both of your arms and your legs. And all of them are doing different things. I don't understand how people can play drums. Drummers are fake, they probably don't exist. That might be optical illusion or something. Yeah, I tried drums one time and I just couldn't. It actually felt impossible. And you know, apparently Wesker can do them. And kind of feels easy for him. Again, I still can't believe that drummers exist. That shouldn't be allowed. Okay, I think I need something more powerful for this area. Yeah, music is his thing, and that's pretty cool. Okay, that's acceptable damage. I'm not having the energy for that kind of stuff anymore. Eventually I'm gonna do more. It was pretty hard for me to have energy to do anything that I like in the past couple of years. People with eyes be like, I see. I love those random panels in JoJo. They're pretty funny. For the love of God, drop the meat. You know, it's a pretty bizarre adventure. It's kind of expected for them to have those weird things happening. I mean, you don't know what are the effects of mating heaven in the human mind. If you think about it, having that much power out of the nowhere might be very trippy. He was probably hallucinating the whole time. He was just trying to keep his composure. Okay, I'm definitely gonna die now. I have poison and toxic at the same time. That's a interesting way of defining a work of fiction, like writing and that kind of stuff. But if you want to use that word, I think that's valid. You know, every piece of creative work is a hallucination. If you just don't know how mind is supposed to work. Also, that's interesting. You can't drink Estus if you don't have stamina. But you don't consume stamina to do that. That's very interesting. I don't think I have enough Estus to survive this double poison. Oh no. The weapon is breaking. That's terrible news. I'm not in a good situation at the moment. I don't think I can come out of that alive. And that guy's not helping. Okay, I could use that to cure poison. At least poison. I'm sorry for not being very responsive at the moment. I'm kinda in a very bad situation right now. My main weapon is breaking, so now it's dealing way less damage. I have toxic, which is kinda like poison, but it deals a lot more damage. And I just came really close to dying right here. Okay. No toxic and poison anymore. I have only one Estus. How am I gonna kill this guy? Oh, there's someone behind me. Okay, at least since I don't have toxic anymore, I have a second to think. I don't have to kill this guy, do I? Okay, that deals damage. Oh my god! I forgot you can do that. All of this just to get this spell. And this spell increases my damage by 40% for 100 seconds. And it applies to all sources of damage. And it also increases my stamina recovery speed. So it's gonna help a lot with my lack of stamina. It just doesn't show the number on my status, but I'm dealing way more damage now. So yeah, let's go kill a boss. Let's kill the whole beach. I only have one cast of that spell, so I can only use it one time. This game doesn't have a mana bar. Spells have a number of times you can use them, but it replenishes every time you go to a bonfire. So it's not like I only have one chance of using this. And I can cast on a bonfire, then sit to get my cast back, and still have the effect for the next 100 seconds. Oh my god! Please let me cure the poison before he kills me. Yeah, and the spell ends right when I get to the boss fog ball. Alright. Let's go. Well, it's not just a spider. Alright, I have 80% defense against fire with this shield. So this fight should be easy. Yes, you're going to explode, but that's fine. It's just outside of your range. See how chunky my damage is? That's mostly because of the spell. Considering that I blocked 80% of that damage, it's impressive how much damage it still dealt to me. The human part of the body takes more damage, but I can't reach that with my weapon. Oh yeah, this boss is very tanky. It's usually the first roadblock on a Dark Souls playthrough. Also, I think I'm gonna be stopping for now. This is like the first third of the game. And I need to go do other things. So sad how the crystal armor that goes with this set, it's only found in the last third of the game. Yeah, it's been really nice having you here more often. Also, illusory wall.
You have no eggs.
I'm just gonna sit at the bonfire before I stop. And yeah, hopefully that was a cool Dark Souls 2 stream. If I take a clip of this to post on places where I need to have vertical formatting, this is gonna look horrible. Yeah, but you can have eggs in this game. I could show you this later. And it's kind of funny. It unlocks a new moveset for you when you have eggs. But yeah, I'm stopping for now.